Hi, I'm Paul Pasolka, Ivy Masters Learning Center and IvyMasters.com, and today we're going to look at Test 1, Section 1, number 33, which reads, the central claim of the passage is that, and there are keywords, key places to look in the passage when you see a main idea question like this, central claim. The blurb is one place. Passage is adapted from Virginia Woolf, Three Guineas, 1938 by Harcourt Incorporated. Here, Woolf considers the situation of women in English society. It's always important to read this. I've had students read this entire passage and say, if I had not read that beginning part, I would not know who we are, because we is used throughout this passage to refer to women in English society. So, we're actually going to go to the question on this one. You will have read the passage by the time you get to these answer choices, and we'll work bottom up. The first one, the entry of educated women into positions of power traditionally held by men will transform those positions. In order for that to be the correct answer, we would have to see number one, positions of power, which we do actually see here. If we read in the beginning of this paragraph, there they go, our brothers who have been educated at public schools and universities, mounting those steps, passing in and out of those doors, ascending those pulpits, preaching, teaching, administering justice, practicing medicine, transacting business, making money. So it does seem we have positions of power there, but in order for one of that answer choice D to be correct, then what would have to be mentioned throughout the passage is that women are now preaching, or they are teaching, or they are judges, or they are doctors, and they're businesswomen, whatever it may be, and they are bringing a compassionate element to those job roles or something like that. And throughout the passage we do not see such support for answer choice D. Answer choice C is also wrong. The male monopoly on power in English society has grave, meaning serious, and continuing effects. So when you see grave used in a context like this, usually it has a very negative connotation. Grave as in it's really bad. And granted, it does sound like, based on this passage, men, are in power, but it is not focused on the bad that society has come to because men are in power. We get that with the Elizabeth Cady Stanton passage, if you have read that one already. If we look at answer choice B here, women can have positions of influence in English society only if they give up their traditional roles. There's actually direct support against that answer that's within the passage. So it says, the daughters of educated men have always done their thinking from hand to mouth, not under the green lamps at study tables in the cloisters of secluded colleges. They have thought while they stirred the pot, while they rocked the cradle. And then blah, 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 blah. So it sounds like they're entering the workforce. This is a little metaphorical. Them entering the workforce is dependent on them keeping up with their traditional roles rather than abandoning their traditional roles. So what we're left with is answer choice A, which is the correct answer. Educated women face a decision about how to engage with existing institutions. And there's a couple of places where we see some support for this. So who can say whether, as time goes on, we may not dress in military uniforms with gold lace on our breasts, swords at our sides, and something like the old family coal scuttle on our heads, save, which means except in this context, that venerable object was never decorated with plumes of white horsehair. So it sounds like women, as that's saying, educated women face the decision about how to engage with existing institutions. So how are women, if they're to go into the military, how will they be? And again, a little metaphorical, because It's really talking about how they will dress. And then if we go up, she starts to ask a series of questions around line 55. And here one of the questions that she asks is, on what terms shall we join that procession? Which is one of the major questions that she's answering here. And if taken with the passage as a whole, then answer choice A is our best answer. Educated women face a decision about how to engage with existing institutions. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. If there's a question that you'd like to see from any official SAT or ACT or PSAT, leave it in the comments. We could shoot a video on it. You could share this with someone who has trouble with main idea questions, and click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.